Hi guys, welcome once again to the Sweet Chocolate Thai Boy channel. Today's episode is pretty chill out episode for us because we just happened to come out of the house and stay nearby the house by the coffee shop right here very close to our home, and I'm going to discuss you guys more about the cabin crew series. The last time I have explained already regarding the resume, how to make it stunning, right? And today we're going to continue it. I'm going to talk about the cover letter. Is cover letter necessary? Do you think nowadays we still require cover letter to be used as a job applications? I'm not going to answer right now, and then make sure that you watch until the end of the video, and then you will understand more about cover letter. Is it still necessary nowadays in 2020 or not? Okay. First of all, before we come to the details of the cover letter, I'd like to make sure that you guys understand what is cover letter first. Cover letter basically is the letter at the front page of the job application document. When normally you send via post, okay, you send your resume, your photos, kind of like ID copies, certify, whatever certifications require, it's on the front page. It's a letter which cover, so that was why we call cover letter, okay. It is basically, you can call as a full introduction of yourself, Last time, the last episode, I said about the resume, that one of the section called brief introduction. That's just a briefing one, but this time if you happen to put one of your cover letter on the front page of your job application documents, it becomes the full introduction of yourself. So that was why it is still, more or less required or not, let's see. But like I said, this is cover letter, it's a full introduction of yourself. So that means you open more channel, more opportunity for the recruitment team of that particular company, kind of more interested in you, and you can expand more details about your strengths, things like that. So let's go in details later about this, and I will make sure that you will get some certain useful or benefits from this video. Is cover letter necessary? Alright, and now we're gonna discuss about the details of your cover letter, okay? Basically, I'm gonna insert whatever that I'm using from myself to guide along you guys when I'm explaining, and you will see the pictures of it, okay? Of course, the first part of your cover letter, I'm gonna talk from the top first, okay? From the top, it's this one called heading. This heading basically just your address, I mean your postal address, okay? And then come down with the date that you apply for the job, okay, is the date of applications. Then you come down to subject. Subject, it means what's the reason why you're writing this letter to them. And of course, the greeting is the next part. It's super important because sometimes, when you're looking for a job, you mostly apply for a job like a lot of company in one time, right? So make sure that you update accordingly this greeting area, that okay, dear this company, blah blah blah, dear this company, blah blah blah, because sometimes you happen to duplicate it and you send the wrong name to the wrong company. And imagine that if I am the recruiter, I look at, okay, this is not my name, this is not my company. Of course, you already turned down the opportunity to be called. So that was why I make sure that this greeting is also proper as well and correct. And now we come down to another section called introductions, okay? These introductions, like I said earlier since the beginning of the video, that cover letter, it's not the brief introduction anymore. It is full introduction. And this introductions area, I like to make it full for you guys. So you need to make sure that you put everything there. It's kind of like showing the recruiter that who you are, okay? You may start elaborating by, of course, I have learned that your company open for this vacancy. I am really found it as a good opportunity to apply for a job, things like that. And then you go down, allow me to introduce myself, your name once again, my age, my expertise, what I am doing nowadays, things like that. Like I am currently doing as the customer service manager. My profession is all about you explain everything in details as an essay. That's gonna be the very main point to sell yourself. This is just introductions, like I said, it's not even come to the body yet. But this part basically, it's just to tell the recruiter that who you are, who you are. Of course, come to another section. This one I call body. We already discussing about the introductions already, right? You explain who you are already, right? What is your expertise, what you are currently doing. This time we call the body part of the cover letter. This body part, you need to go more details about your experience. You will talk about your previous, more previous experience later. Not the recent one, but the very previous one, like long time ago, a few years ago. Or even your interest. It's kind of like you telling them what is your in-depth expertise. And of course, you may even talk about your interest, like for example, I am applying for this job because I would like to gain more experience from your company. I heard a lot about your company reputations that like it could gain my career growth to be upper level, things like that. It's kind of like you told them before from the previous sections that who you are, right? Now you tell them what do you want? What do you want? And come to the last part of your cover letter, this one called ending, okay? You told them already who you are, what do you want. Now it's time to tell them what will they get, what will they get from you, basically, okay? So this is kind of like conclusions of everything that you need to tell them, okay? Because you are the very reliable and dependable. Of course, if you put me as this position that you are looking for, I will make sure that I can make the company maintaining the standard that you are reputed about it. I will make sure that my capability will suit you well. Those kind of stuff that you try to sell yourself 2 times already. This is the last time that you conclude everything, and then you sell yourself for one last time by telling them what will they get, things like that, okay? More or less, it depends on your style. It depends on the way how do you feel about yourself. It will explain all of this in details, okay? Once again, just before we leave the ending of this part, okay, we thank them for the opportunity to writing you today, and look forward to hearing from you soon. And of course, don't forget to salute them best regard, all the best, warmest regard, and put your name there. And important one, need to make sure that you're writing the signatures right there. If it's like some certain requirement, you better write by the blue ink. But if it's not required, you can write even using electrically, from iPad, from the PDF program that it's easily to sign electrically nowadays, right? But make sure you put salutations, you put the name there, and you sign your signature. That's the ending of your cover letter. And now we come to an end of the video. This one is cover letter necessary, okay? Before we come to that, I like to go to recap one more time about the tips for this, okay? The cover letter first, need to make sure that it's not gonna be longer than 1 A4. That's maximum, okay? Resume, you can still put it as 2 pages, I told you guys, right? Because maybe you already old enough that you have a lot of experience. But for cover letter, only 1 page of A4. That's a maximum, okay? That to keep everything, you sell them 3 times, but keep everything in compact and make sure that the recruiter, they will read it through in 1 A4. That's it, okay? Second, I'm going to tell you guys that this is apart from full introductions of yourself, it's kind of like showing the skill how you write English as well, okay? Or even the other kind of languages, but of course I'm going to focus on English, okay? It is the way how you are professional writing in this language, English, and of course it's portrait the way who you are too, because the way that you explain in each part is gonna showing just not about your professional English, but it will show the attitude. It will show the way how you portray yourself with the others, especially among the environment of that particular company. They can imagine like you may suit well with the team members, or you may be okay with the job descriptions there or not. So that was why it is important to put your cover letter in everything right here to show yourself how professional you are, okay? And of course the last part I'm going to discuss about the is the cover letter necessary? This is the very first question that I told you guys, okay? And it is super from my opinion, this is my opinion, it's not really necessary, because nowadays like you send everything via email, right? Sometimes you even download the job applications online and then you just click button apply now, things like that. You don't even require the cover letter. But from my point of view, from my opinion, it's not necessary, but highly recommended. It is highly recommended because like I said earlier, it's showing the skills of yourself, how you write an essay, showing how professional you are with English using, especially writing skill, and of course showing the attitude, showing the personality. So it is not necessary, of course, but it's highly recommended. Alright, more or less, I hope that this episode will be your enjoyable time watching me, okay? More or less, you get some certain benefits and, you can adapt to yourself. Like I always said to you guys about this tutorial, okay? It is not, I'm not gonna guarantee that you're gonna get the job that you like, but I will make sure that you are ready for it, okay? Regardless, you want to be a flight attendant or you want to apply for other kind of job. But I like to make sure that you are ready for all of those. So make sure that you are worth it. Practicing yourself, apart from believing yourself, okay? Practicing yourself to improve everything that you need to improve, okay? And that's all set from me today. Hope you guys enjoyed it once again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Sweet Chocolate Thai Boy channel. Until then, bye bye.